Came. Hi. Good morning, Shashi. Good morning, Shati. Good morning, Shrita. Good morning, Lekha. Good morning, Chaitanya. Good morning, Harsha. Carrie, good morning. Kavita, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Anuya, good morning. Sai, hi, good morning. Krishna Sagar, good morning. Sacred, good morning. Sri Devi, good morning. Bhanu, good morning. Chaitra, good morning. Shri, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Bagunara, everyone Manchi at home. Bagunara. Everyone Manchi at home. अरे बोल दो भाई. Everyone Manchi at home. Very good. So what's going on at home? क्या हो रहा है घर पे? What's going on? Chilling or studying? What's going on? क्या हो रहा है घर पे? What's going on? Chilling with studying. CWS. We are not normal people, sir. Sir, normal people chill with movies. Normal people chill with outing. Normal people chill with relative. We are not normal people. We are ultra privileged. So that's why we are UPL people. We are ultra privileged. So that's why we are also chilling, sir. But we are chilling with studying. For us, study is not any burden. For us, till 2025, study is also a type of chilling. No problem. Yeah. Is it okay? Everyone doing CWS chilling with studying? Are bol do bhai. Everyone chilling with studying? Yeah, till 2025, we will chill by only one method. That is chilling with studying. Tarvata, we will see other methods to chill, no problem. I am also good, directly proportional. If students are manchi, teacher will be also manchi, directly proportional. Relation between student and teacher is directly proportional. Student manchi, teacher manchi. Student chadda, teacher chadda. No problem, yeah. And actually everyone not registered on the app yet. So that's why it is taking some time to start the class on app, but I think in coming 2-3 days we will shift our class from YouTube to app. So those who have not registered yet or some problem has happened, let them ask them to register as quick as possible. Prasad ji is there. You can ask or you can message Prasad ji to register as soon as possible. Within coming 3-4 days we will start class on app. Is it okay? In Penamluru also AIMS is there. Same team will be there in Penamluru and Ganguru, both places. AIMS batch is there. No problem. Yeah. So shall we start with the class? Shuru kar de bhai. Shall we start with the class? Shall we start with the class? Arre kuch bol do. Shall we start with the class? Okay, no problem. And today we will start with one chapter of physics. Today we will start with one chapter. Yeah. Till now we were talking about, third track will not come now. Okay, whenever required we will use third track. Otherwise 2 tracks we will continue. No problem. Yeah. So which chapter we will start today? Basic maths we completed in the last class. Today we will start with one chapter. Can you guess which chapter we will start? Can you guess which chapter we should start? We will start. कौन सा chapter शुरू करेंगे? हाँ, Chaitanya is saying correct. Yeah, okay. We will start with our chapter, not motion in a straight line. First we will study vectors because vectors will be also used everywhere. First vectors, then we will start with motion in a straight line. So today we will start with our new chapter. Name of the chapter is vectors. You can write vectors. You can write the name of chapter vector. So let's start with our chapter vector. Questions will be always there in the NEET exam, direct, indirect. Use of vector will be there in every chapter. Direct question will be also asked. Indirect question will be also asked from vectors. So important chapter. So everyone written name of, in the new page, name of the first chapter, vectors. Everyone written? Then we will start. Everyone written? चलो बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया. नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम. सो विल स्टार्ट विथ आवर चैप्टर वेक्टर्स. नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम. या ओके ओके. नाउ ध्यान दो. बी फोकस बी फोकस बी फोकस. या ओके ओके. Always remember in physics that we study in class 11th and 12th, we divide all the quantities into two parts. Okay. Kavyashri, your birthday, happy birthday, God bless you, work hard, become good doctor, good future ahead, no problem. Now we have started with the class. Okay Kavyashri, all the best, no problem. Yeah, okay. Always remember the physics that we study in class 11 12th. There we divide every quantity, every physical quantity into two parts. One type of quantity will be scalar, other type of quantity will be vector. So can you tell me what is the main difference between scalar and vector? Because you have studied in class 9 10th also, 11 12th also. What is the main difference between scalar and vector? Are bol do bhai, what is the main difference? Yeah, scalar quantity have only magnitude, but vector quantity will have magnitude as well as direction. Yeah, scalar quantity no direction will be there. Scalar will have, so you can write also small points you can make, and you can write scalar. You can write types of quantities. You can write types of quantities, types of physical quantities, types of physical quantities, types of physical quantities. First type you can write scalar. Second type will be our vector. Our main target will be to talk about this vector. First type of quantity will be scalar. Second type of quantity will be vectors. And for scalars you can write only magnitude, but no direction. Only magnitude but no direction. Means scalars will have only magnitude, they will not have any direction, which everyone knows, no problem. Yeah, but since we are starting the chapter, we'll start with basic. Yeah, so scalars only magnitude but no direction. Vectors both magnitude as well as direction, both magnitude and direction. Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay? Bol do bhai, bol do bhai, bol do bhai. Scalars only magnitude, vectors both magnitude and direction. Is it okay? Just basic we will start. Scalars only magnitude, vectors will have both magnitude and direction. Is it okay? And you must know some of the example. Can you give me some example of scalar quantities? Can you give me some example? Some example? Can you give me some example? Can you give me some example of scalar quantities? Like a force is vector bhai. Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah, scalar quantity example will be like distance, speed, time, energy. All these are scalar quantities. All these are scalar quantities. Yeah. So many quantities are there which you will study slowly. Electric flux, magnetic flux, all these are scalar quantity, no problem. Yeah, volume, area, length, all these are scalar quantity, no problem. I'm just talking about basic example. Yeah, so basic example of scalar will be your distance, speed, time, energy. Can you give me basic example of vector? Vector, any example you can give? Vector example. Vector example will be your displacement. This is the first example that you will study later on also. Displacement, velocity, acceleration, momentum. Then any other example, force. All these are vector quantities. Many other quantities will come slowly in different chapter. We'll talk about that later on, Sompali. No problem. Yeah. So scalars have only magnitude, no direction. Vectors will have magnitude as well as direction. Sir, examples, basic examples we have talked. No problem. Is it okay till now? Is it okay till now? Is it okay till now? Bol do bhai Torga. Is it okay? No problem. No. Now ध्यान दो. I'm waiting because one more point I have to tell. ध्यान दो. Just here. No problem. ध्यान दो. Important point. Actually, tell me, if a quantity has magnitude and direction, is it sure that a quantity having direction will be always vector? A quantity having direction will be always vector. Magnitude will be there. So direction is there. Is it mandatory that if a quantity has magnitude and direction, it will be always a vector quantity? Is it like that? Or some other condition is also there? Always remember, ध्यान दो. Generally, students think magnitude and direction there, then quantity will be always a vector. Wrong. Only having direction doesn't means the quantity will be vector. ध्यान दो. For example, you see electric current has magnitude 2 ampere. Electric current has direction also from high potential to low potential. But electric current is not vector quantity. Always remember, only saying having vectors, only having magnitude and direction makes a quantity vector. That is wrong. Having direction doesn't mean quantity will be 100% vector. One more condition is there. Can you tell me what is that condition? Both magnitude and direction, as well as one more condition is there. For a quantity to be vector, it must obey vector laws. We have prepared some law for vector now, so that quantity must obey laws of vector. Laws of vector means vector algebra. Vector algebra means vector addition, vector subtraction, cross product of vector, dot product of vector. So always remember, only having, someone says, sir, vectors means both magnitude and direction. Wrong. Only having magnitude and direction don't make a quantity vector. It must obey. So both magnitude and direction, and one extra point is there, and it must obey. It must obey vector laws. Vector laws means law of vector addition, subtraction, dot product, cross product. Is it okay? अब समझे क्या? बोल दो भाई. So if someone says a quantity has direction, then it must be a vector quantity. True or false? If someone says a quantity has direction, then it must be a vector quantity. True or false? Or assertion is the question can be asked. False. Yeah, must, no. Maybe a vector. So always remember, three conditions are there. Magnitude undi, direction undi, and it must obey laws of vector. So this is how we can talk about basic idea about scalar and vector. Is it okay? Is it okay, bhai? So before moving further, again I will ask you that point. No problem, because this is the only thing. Remaining thing everyone has idea. No problem. Yeah. So you tell me, is it like that if a quantity, someone says a quantity has direction. If someone says a quantity has direction, that means it must be a vector quantity. True or false? A quantity has direction, then it must be a vector quantity. True or false? True or false? Finally batao. False. Only having direction doesn't mean a quantity to be vector. It must obey vector. Law banaya hai uske liye na. It must obey. Only having one nose, two eyes, one mouth, 2 ears, 2 hands, it don't make us human being. There are some ethics of human being. If you follow them, then only we can call you as human being. Is it okay? Done, bhai? Basic part of vector completed. Bolo bhai. Meaning, is it okay? So vectors must have magnitude, must have direction, and they must obey vector laws. They must obey vector algebra. Laws, they also say vector algebra. No problem. Basic thing we have talked about. No problem. Yeah. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll move towards, you can write types of vectors. Basic points we will talk. Types of vectors. And ध्यान दो, be focused, see what I am trying to tell. ध्यान दो, be focused, no problem. Types of vector, ध्यान दो. Okay, we can have different types of vector. Some types I will say, I will not talk about all the types of vector. I will only talk about types of vector from where questions are asked in our NEET exam. From types previously question has been asked. So there are different types. Someone will say equal vector, sir. Someone will say opposite vector, sir. Someone will say parallel vector, anti-parallel vector, coplanar vector, planar vector, concurrent vector, non-concurrent vector. Do you know meaning of all these vectors? Our name itself is the meaning. Equal vector means magnitude, same direction, same. Opposite vector means direction is opposite. Parallel vector means same direction. Anti-parallel vector means opposite direction. Coplanar means same plane vector. Non-coplanar means not same plane vectors. Concurrent means intersecting vector. Non-concurrent means non-intersecting vector. These are chinna points which are not asked. Do you know all these types of vectors? Do you know all these types of vectors? From name only you can say about these vectors, so not required. So no one asked. I will talk about main types of vectors which are asked. When I teach junior, there I say everything. Equal vector, non-equal vector, parallel vector. But for long-term people, we have limited time. So we don't require. I will just talk about the main type of vector. You can write types of vector. There are so many other types, but our target is the main 3 types of vectors which will be used in physics from where question has been asked. So types of vector, first type of vector that I am going to talk is known as axial vector. Can you tell me what is the meaning of axial vector? Example is also very important. NEET 2023 question came from axial vector. What is axial vector? One type of special type of vector we are talking about, that is axial vector. Can you tell me what is axial vector? Axial vector, can you tell? अरे जल्दी बता दो, axial vector. What happened? Complete silence happened. Google कर रहे हो क्या? To see axial vector, doing Google. What is axial vector? Some people are, yeah, they are doing. What is axial? This is the vector from where questions are asked. I will just talk about 3 types of vectors which are used in physics from where questions are asked. ध्यान दो. You can write about axial vector, no problem. You can write, okay, no problem. Yeah. Axial vector means axis. Vector whose direction is along axis. Axis means rotation. So always remember the vectors which are related with rotation of the body. Those vectors are known as axial vector. And why their name is axial vector? Because their direction will be along axis of rotation. You can write this point. These vectors are related with very important. I will tell you what question came in the NEET 2023 from here. These vectors are related with rotation of the body. These vectors are related with rotation of the body. These vectors are related with rotation of the body. These vectors are related with rotation of the body. They have direction along. They have direction along axis of rotation. They have direction along axis of rotation. Rotation, what rotation will have? Axis. So that's why their direction is along axis of rotation. So these vectors are related with rotation of the body, first point. Second point, they will have direction along axis of rotation. And I think everyone knows axis is always perpendicular to the plane of motion. Axis is always perpendicular to the plane of circle. So in bracket you can write You have written second point, they have direction along axis of rotation in bracket perpendicular to the plane of circle. Every axis, if this is the circle, axis will be perpendicular to the plane. This is the axis. So in bracket you can write perpendicular to the plane of the circle. Can you give me example of axial vector? 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 अरे जल्दी भाई. Can you give me example? All the vectors which are rotated, which are related with rotation of the body are known as axial vector. Their direction will be along axis of rotation. So what are the vectors related with rotation? What are the vectors related with circular motion? Rotation means what? Circular motion. So what are the vectors? So first example is your angular displacement. If you have remembered in circular motion, or whenever any body move, its angle, whenever any body rotate, angular displacement we talk. So first example is angular displacement. Then related from here, angular velocity. Related from here, angular acceleration. Related from here, angular acceleration. Then you can say torque. Torque is also axial vector. Then you can say angular momentum. Angular momentum. No problem. Yeah. Angular momentum we represent with L vector. Torque we represent as tau vector. Angular acceleration we represent as alpha vector. Angular velocity we represent as omega vector. Angular displacement we represent as theta vector. Is it okay? बोल दो भाई, बोल दो त्वरगा. Very important. NEET 2023 question came. Direction of angular acceleration will be. This is the question which came in the NEET 2023. Whenever any body rotates, direction of angular acceleration will be. First option tangential, second option centripetal, third option along axis of rotation. Tell me what will be your answer. अरे जल्दी बताओ. They asked what is the direction of angular acceleration. जल्दी बताओ what is the direction of angular acceleration. Along. अरे they are axial vector. नाम ही है axial नाम ही है. So their direction will be always along axis of rotation. No problem. So all these quantities in different chapter you will study about them. So there I may not tell you what is their direction because there I will not have time. So many other things will be there. So always remember, whenever we will study these quantities, their direction, whether I tell at that time or don't tell at that time, doesn't matter. Their direction will be always along axis of rotation. Is it okay? Done by axial vector hypoindy. Done. Twarga, we'll move towards second type of vector which will be used. Chalo, no problem. Yeah, okay, no problem. Now you can write second type of vector which we will require when we will study in different chapter. You can write second type of vector, null vector, or you can say zero vector. Null vector, or you can say zero vector. We represent this vector like this. This is the representation. Null vector or zero vector. This is the second type of vector which we require. Null means nothing. In English, null means nothing. So the similar manner, null vector means nothing means what? Nothing. What zero? What any vector can have zero? That is magnitude. So null vector or zero vector. Zero vector means the vector you can write. Magnitude will be zero, of course. Direction cannot. If direction will become zero, then if no direction will be there, then it will become a scalar. So direction must be there, but magnitude will be zero. So you can write this. I will tell you where it is used. You can write. It is a vector whose magnitude is. It is a vector whose magnitude is 0. It is a vector whose magnitude is 0. Null means nothing. What vector can have nothing? That is magnitude. It cannot have nothing direction. It will become wrong. It will become a scalar. So direction must be there, but magnitude will be 0. So it is a vector whose magnitude is 0. And for example, tomorrow can you tell me if I say a vector plus of minus a vector, how much answer will come? Can you tell me? This is the use of null vector. This is the use of null vector. A vector plus of minus a vector, how much answer will come? You are adding two vector now, so answer has to be vector now. That's why we discovered null vector. This is the use of null vector. Or if you are adding, don't say, sir, a vector plus of minus a vector will give us 0. Wrong. Or 0 galat hai. You are adding two vector. You are adding a vector and minus a vector. You are adding two vector or you are subtracting two vector. So result must be a vector. If you write only 0, it's wrong. It will be actually 0 vector. Magnitude is 0, direction is present. We don't know that direction, but direction will. For example, you may have studied, if I draw any diagram like this, if I add these three vectors, a vector plus b vector plus c vector, can you tell me how much answer will come? A vector plus b vector plus c vector. For example, this is a displacement, this is b displacement, this is c displacement. You have come back to the starting point now. Can you tell me what is a vector plus b vector plus c vector? That is not required, Sohan. You are studying only physics, which is required for class 11th and 12th. Don't involve yourself on those things. Yeah. Here, if you add all these vector, answer will come 0. But you cannot write 0 because you are adding vectors. Answer will be also 0 vector. Is it okay? Bol do bhai, bol do. 0, don't say 0. You will say 0 vector or you will say null vector. This is the use of null vector. Some more uses are there which will get slowly with time. I am giving you time of 2 seconds. See both two types of vector which I have got. Then we will move towards third type of vector. I am giving you time of 2 seconds. See all these two types. Then we will move towards third type. Once you can see, if completed, you can say done, sir. We'll move towards third type of vector. No problem. Before moving further, you tell me, what is the direction of axial vector? What is the direction of axial vector? Come on, tell me, what is the direction of axial vector? What is the direction of axial vector? Torga batao, what is the direction of axial vector? Jaldi batao, what is the direction of axial vector? Jaldi bhai, समय हम ले दूं. Along the axis of rotation, along the axis of rotation, along the axis of rotation, along the axis of rotation. So what is the meaning of axial vector? All the vectors which are related with rotation of the body, related with circular motion of the body, they are known as axial vector. Their direction will be along axis of rotation. What are the examples, sir? Angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration, torque, angular momentum. Angle word came, that means it is related with axial vector. No problem. No. Achha, you tell me, what about null vector? What is null vector? Which vector is considered to be null vector? What is null vector? Come on. What is null vector? Jaldi. Null vector. The vector which has magnitude. Are vector hai, the vector which has direction. It's a vector now, so direction is there. But magnitude will be 0. So the vector which has 0 magnitude but has some direction is known as null vector. And this is the reason to discover null vector. No problem. Now we'll move towards third vector. Third vector which will be required in physics, that is our unit vector. Can you tell me what is unit vector? What is the meaning of unit vector? What is the meaning of unit vector? Unit means 1. What vector can have 1? Vector cannot have direction 1 now. It can have only magnitude 1. Very good. Very unit. Dhyan do. Name will give you idea. Axial means direction, axis. Sir, zero vector, null vector means magnitude 0. Here name is unit vector. Unit means 1. What a vector can have 1? Direction cannot be 1 now. Magnitude is 1. So this is what we have, unit vector. You can write this point. It is a vector whose magnitude is, it is a vector whose magnitude is, it is a vector whose magnitude is, it is a vector whose magnitude is 1. 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 Next point. Main purpose of this vector, main purpose of this vector, main purpose of this vector, main purpose of this vector is to give, main purpose of this vector is to give direction. Main purpose of this vector is to give direction. Main purpose of this vector is to give direction. Main purpose of this vector is to give direction. So always remember, for any vector, whenever we require direction, dhyan do, be focused. Sir, unit vector magnitude 1. Sir, magnitude 1 hai to kya karenge? Anything, any number multiplied with 1, no change will happen now. Then why we have discovered this unit vector? What is the purpose of unit vector? Purpose of unit vector is to give direction to any vector. Direction of any vector is represented with the help of unit vector. Tomorrow someone asks you, find the direction of vector A. Means they are talking about unit vector of vector A. Always remember, purpose of unit vector is to give a direction to the vector. Any vector, if you want direction, means you have to calculate its unit vector. Is it okay? Is it okay? Purpose of unit vector is to give direction to any vector. Any vector direction, anyone ask you, means he is asking you to find unit vector. Anyone ask you find direction of this vector, means you have to calculate its unit vector. And how we represent unit vector? How we represent unit vector? How we represent unit vector? With cap. A vector, for example, if you want unit vector of A vector, you will represent like this. This is unit vector of A vector. Similarly, this is unit vector of B vector. A cap, B cap. Cap means unit vector. Cap, whenever cap is placed, means they are talking about unit vector. Unit vector. Is it okay? Is it okay? Bol do bhai, bol do. Whenever cap comes, cap means unit vector. Because cap always have a particular direction. Bhai, cap pehna hai kya? Have you wore that cap? I'm not talking about hat. I'm talking about cap. You may have wore cap. Cap will always give you one direction. So unit vector direction. Unit vector is used to give direction. It is represented by cap. A cap means unit vector of A vector. Means direction of A vector. A cap, no problem. Achha, you tell me, since you have studied, no problem, we'll go little fast also, basic things, no problem. Achha, do you know in physics, generally our direction will be in what term? Generally our direction, in physics we will talk about direction. In physics our direction will be in what term? All the direction will be coming in the terms of 3 axis na bhai, x axis, y axis, z axis. Or in physics, everything that you study, all the direction that you study with the help of 3 axis, x axis, y axis, z axis. So always remember this 3 axis we represent with the help of 3 unit vector. So always remember, for x axis your unit vector will be I cap. For x-axis unit vector will be I cap. For y-axis unit vector will be j cap. For z-axis unit vector will be k cap. These are the actual direction and these are considered to be base unit vectors. Base unit vectors because entire physics will depend on these three directions. I cap, j cap, k cap. I cap, j cap, k cap. And what is magnitude of I cap? I think you know magnitude we represent like this. What is magnitude of I cap? What is magnitude of j cap? What is magnitude of k cap? बोलो इनका magnitude क्या होगा बोल दो भाई. What is magnitude of I cap, j cap, k cap? What is magnitude of I cap, j cap, k cap? Garvani is saying 1, y 1. Why you are saying Garvani 1? I cap, j cap, k cap magnitude will be 1. Why magnitude of I cap, j cap, k cap will be 1? अरे जल्दी बताओ क्यों? Why magnitude of I cap, j cap, k cap will be 1? They are unit vectors, sir. Unit vector ही है ना. अरे these are unit vectors. Unit vectors magnitude will be always 1. So this is how we talk about three types of vectors that we require in physics. Very good, no problem. Unit vector, sir. Unit vector means magnet. Name is unit. Unit means 1. What vector can have 1? Only direction it can have 1. Only magnitude it can have 1. So that's why magnitude of unit vector will be always 1. Is it okay? बोल दो भाई. त्वरगा समय हम ले दूं. I'm giving you time of 3 seconds. Revise all these three types of vector, then we will move further. आगे बढ़ेंगे. We'll move further. Once completed, you can say done, sir. Once revision completed, you can say done, sir. Because I should give you time to digest the things also, na? Because many people will be seeing for the first time. So come on, before moving further, again we will revise all these things, then only I can move further. Come on, tell me what is the direction of axial vector. Come on, finally. What is the direction of axial vector? Jaldi batao. What is the direction of axial vector? Jaldi bhai, twarga. Samay hum le do. What is the direction of axial vector? What is the direction of axial vector? Along axis of rotation. Along axis of rotation. Wherever in physics we get any quantity related with rotation, if that quantity is vector, it is known as axial vector. Its direction will be along axis of rotation. Tell me what is magnitude of null vector? What is the magnitude of null vector? What is the magnitude of null vector? What is the magnitude of null vector? So null means kya? Nothing. Null means nothing. So what vector can have nothing? Direction can be nothing because it's a vector. Direction undi. Null vector means magnitude 0. Null vector means magnitude 0. You tell me what is the magnitude of unit vector? What is the magnitude of unit vector? Twarga. Unit vector magnitude enta. Janardhan, very good. Unit vector magnitude enta 1. Name unit hai bhai. Unit means 1. What vector can have 1? Direction cannot be 1 na. So magnitude will be 1. So vector whose magnitude is 1 is known as unit. Achha, what is the purpose of unit vector? Why we have discovered a vector whose magnitude is 1? What is the purpose of unit vector? What unit vector do? What unit vector do? What is the use of unit vector? What is the use of unit vector? This is very important. Direction. The main thing which vector has is the direction. The direction, how that direction is obtained. That direction is obtained with the help of unit vector. With the help of unit vector. So purpose of unit vector is to tell us about direction of a vector. Its magnitude is 1. Come on, tell me what is the unit vector for x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Jaldi bata do. What is the unit vector for x-axis, y-axis and z-axis? What is the unit vector for x-axis, y-axis, z-axis? I cap, j cap, k cap. You can simply say I, j, k also. No problem. You always no need to say I cap, j cap. I, j, k. I, j, k are the unit vector for x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. I cap, j cap, k cap. No problem, no problem. Till now you are getting basic idea. Okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah. Achha, tell me, does other types of vectors are also there? Does some other types are also there? Does some other types of vectors are also there? Does some other? Yes, they are there. They are there, but they're chinna. They are for junior inter. They are for junior inter. Parallel vector, anti-parallel vector, equal vector, coplanar, planar. All these things we know, sir. By name only we can do, sir. No problem. So that's why I'm not talking about them. Now we'll move further. You write representation of a vector. Representation. How to represent a vector? Representation. 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 And एक बार देख लो, this will be also, yeah, here we will talk about how to represent a vector. So थोड़ा ध्यान देना, and slowly we are going deeper. Slowly we are going to what will be used tomorrow in physics. So ध्यान दो, just here, no problem, yeah. Okay. For example, graphically, someone said, sir, I want to draw a vector. Draw a vector means graphically how to represent a vector. So always remember, graphically, we represent a vector by an arrow. Graphically, we represent a vector by an arrow. This is known as tail of the vector. This is known as head of the vector. And this length of the vector, the length of the arrow which you are seeing here, this arrow will have some length na bhai. So length of arrow represent magnitude of vector. Magnitude of vector is obtained with the help of length of arrow. Vector we represent with the help of arrow. Length of the arrow will represent magnitude, and direction, head to tail. This is the direction you are finding na bhai. But no need to draw everywhere, only one you have to draw, head and tail. So from tail to head, whatever the direction you get, that is known as direction of the vector. Direction also means unit vector. Unit vector. Is it okay? You can draw this diagram. So every vector graphically we can represent with the help of arrow. Length of the arrow will tell. Arrow, what arrow can have? Two things only. It can have length, it can have direction. So length of the arrow represents magnitude, and direction from tail to head gives us direction of the vector. Direction of the vector means unit vector. Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay? बोल दो भाई. No problem. This is also not required more. Okay, no problem. But basic things I'm talking. No problem. Yeah. So representation of vector is a arrow. Length of the arrow will represent. These are given in NCERT. Don't think very easy, but yeah, given in NCERT. So maybe asked also. I cannot guarantee. Sometimes need ask this type of question also. So length of the arrow represent magnitude, and direction from tail to head represent direction of the vector. Direction of the vector means unit vector. Now dhyan do. Now main part, important part. No problem. Now dhyan do. Be focused. Most important part. Because here I have seen students feeling little problem. So dhyan dena, just here. Yeah. Okay. Sir, graphically I understood, sir. Whenever graphically I have to draw a vector, I will draw one arrow. Sir, length of the arrow will represent magnitude, sir. Direction of the arrow will represent direction of the vector. It will represent unit vector. But numerically, if I have to express a vector, this is how numerically we express a vector. This is how. If I have to write vector A, we will write vector A as A vector. A vector. This is the actually numerical representation of vector A. If you have to write vector A, you write as A bar. A bar. Vector A you will always write as A bar. And always remember, this A bar will be always equal to. थोड़ा ध्यान दे दो. Important part, you know, but again important, एक बार देख लो, because clarity is not there. People do mistake. So tomorrow if you have to write vector A, you will write as A bar. And this vector A will be always product of magnitude and direction. This is known as magnitude. This is what you got, the length of arrow and direction of arrow. So length means magnitude. This is known as, if I give A mod, we pronounce this as A mod. This means magnitude of vector. This is magnitude. And this A cap is your direction. And why it is direction? Because you can see it's a unit vector. It's A cap means unit vector. Unit vector means direction of a vector. Is it okay? Sometimes people also write like this. A mod you can simply write as A also. If you wish, you can write A mod simply as A also. But A cap you cannot write simply as A. A mod people write like this also. A vector you can write as A into A cap. Even if you don't put mod here also, no problem. If you simply write A, that is also known as magnitude. Some people write like that. Is it okay? So always remember, every vector will be your product of magnitude and direction. Every vector we can represent as product of its magnitude and direction. Magnitude is A mod, direction is your A cap. No problem, no problem, no problem. And from here, now from here, dhyan do. Be focused, be focused, be focused. Very, very important part. Very, very important part. And from here, you can also find A cap. For example, just now you got, because many questions they will ask you, find unit vector, find direction. You simply say, sir, I know. A vector will be equal to A magnitude into A cap. This is what you studied by magnitude into direction. Magnitude, direction means A cap. So from here you can find unit vector of any vector. Vector divided by its magnitude. This is how you can find unit vector of any vector, unit vector, or you can say direction of that vector. Direction of any vector we can obtain as a vector divided by its magnitude. Important part. Tomorrow we will use it. अरे बोल दो भाई, बोल दो त्वरगा. But I will show you with the help of one more example, then we'll move. Then we will talk about some more important part. Slowly, slowly we are entering into vector which we require actually while doing numericals. No problem, no problem. एक और example देख लो, final example देख लो. चलो, we'll move further. No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. Yeah. Okay. So for example, tomorrow if I have to represent, someone says, sir, force vector. Vector force. If anyone says me to represent vector force vector, I will represent is as F bar. This is force vector. And this force vector will have two parts. It will have magnitude into its direction. Sometimes people write this magnitude simply as F also. F into F cap. No problem. You can write like this also. F means magnitude. Magnitude into direction. This is your unit vector. This is unit vector, means this is your direction. This is simply your magnitude. If tomorrow anyone asks you, sir, find F cap, find the direction of this force vector divided by its magnitude. This is our F cap. Is it okay? Same thing I told you with the help of one more example just to give you more clarity. Jaldi bata do bhai. जल्दी बता दो. Yeah, बहुत बड़े. So come on, tell me. You tell me graphically we represent. Yeah, just I will ask you few points, then because I should get confidence that everyone is understanding. Then only I will move further. No problem. Important part will start after this. Yeah, okay. So first thing you tell me, we represent every vector by an arrow now. Can you tell me length of the arrow represent what? Length of the arrow represent what? Length of the arrow represent what? Length of the arrow represent which quantity of the vector? Magnitude. Length of the arrow represent larger magnitude, Pedda arrow you have to draw. Chinna magnitude, chinna arrow you have to draw. Acha, arrow will also point one direction now. Arrow also points one direction now. Can you tell me direction of a vector means which quantity? Which quantity is related with direction of the vector? Which quantity, which vector gives direction of any vector? Which vector gives direction of any vector? Torga bhai. Direction from tail to head. But we call that direction as unit vector. We call that direction as unit vector. We call that direction as unit vector. यहाँ से कहीं कभी भी पूछ ले, find direction of this vector means they are talking about only one thing. Unit vector. Unit vector. Can you tell me if I give you a vector, I will give you a magnitude. Can you find a cap? Can you find unit vector of a given vector? If I give you, for example, if I give you b vector, if I give you b magnitude, can you find b cap? बोल दो क्या formula use करोगे? How you will calculate b cap? If I give you b vector, b magnitude, I ask you find the direction of this vector, find the unit vector of this vector. How you will calculate b cap? How you will simply say, if you feel any problem, you simply say, sir, b vector we can write as b mod into b cap. So b cap will become b vector by b mod. This is how you can find unit vector of any. Third time I am saying the same thing because important, unit vector, or you can say direction of a given vector. Is it okay? Final I am asking, is it okay? आगे बढ़ जाए क्या? आगे बढ़ जाए क्या? हाँ, very good, very good. भार्गव वेरी गुड, चैतन्य वेरी गुड, प्रिया वेरी गुड, जनार्दन रेड्डी बहुत बढ़िया. ओके ओके श्रीता वेरी गुड, नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम. ध्यान दो ध्यान दो ध्यान दो ध्यान दो ध्यान दो. अच्छा, just now I told you now, every vector in physics will be represented with the help of three axes: x axis, y axis, z axis. So here also tomorrow if you have to write force vector now, you will not say force vector is of 3 Newton along x. You will say 3I. ध्यान दो, be focused what I'm trying to tell. Always remember, whenever you will have any vector in physics, it will have direction. Direction in physics is represented with the help of 3 axes. So always remember, tomorrow if you will get any a vector now, it will always have 3 parts. Some part will be x-axis, some part will be y-axis, some part will be z-axis. For example, a vector will be coming as x I cap. I cap means x-axis, that's why you are having x here. Plus ay j cap plus az k cap. Always remember, from now your vector will be always written like this. It will have part in x-axis, it will have part in y-axis, it will have part in z-axis. And here if anyone asks you to find magnitude of this vector will come. Can you guess? If a vector is given as x I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, here we use Pythagoras theorem, and magnitude of the vector comes under root of x square plus ay square plus az square. This is how, I'm just telling you technique. This is how you can find magnitude of any vector. Easy, you have seen this, but that's why I'm telling. Yeah, okay, easy part. Every vector will have some part in x, y, z. If anyone asks you what is the magnitude of vector, it will become under root of x square plus ay square plus az square. And always remember, if you know magnitude, you can find a cap also. A cap will be coming as vector a by a mod. This is how you can find unit vector. This is how you can find direction of that given vector. Is it okay? अरे देखा होगा ना क्लास 9, 10th, 11th, 12th में, इतना तो देखा ही होगा. From now force vector will not be written 3 Newton along x-axis. You can simply write 3 I cap. Ax I cap means along x-axis its value is ax, along y-axis ay, along z-axis az. 3 axes are perpendicular na. That's why you are using something like Pythagoras theorem to get its magnitude, under root of x square plus ay square plus az square. If you know magnitude, you can find direction also. Vector divided by its magnitude. I will give you some question. Come on. Yeah, just 1 minute. Here battery Just 1 minute wait. Okay. Charger was not there. For laptop, charger was not there. No problem. Yeah. So everyone understood till now. Can I give you some question? Come on, Torga. 2-3 questions back to back. Chalo, no problem. Yeah. I'm giving you one question. I'm giving you one vector, A vector. A vector I'm giving you as 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Tell me what is magnitude of A vector and tell me what is A cap. What is its direction? Both you can find. A vector is given as 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Tell me A vector magnitude and A cap. Dono batao. Tomorrow this will be used in every question when you do different chapter. Jaldi batao bhai. Shri, very good. I will simply say already know. You already know bhai. You already know. A magnitude will be coming as under root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. So this will become under root of 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. Now you can simplify this. This will give you 4 plus 9 plus 16. That will give you root 29. This is the magnitude of vector A. Tomorrow, whenever magnitude required, you can find like this, no problem. Similarly, if anyone asks you direction, means he asks you unit vector you know. A vector by A magnitude. Now A vector you already know. 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap by magnitude. Magnitude you already know, root 29. If you wish, you can separate also. 2 by root 29 I cap depending on option plus 3 by root 29 j cap plus 4 by root 29 k cap. This is how you can find direction and this is how you can find magnitude. Is it okay? समझ में आया क्या? समझ में आया क्या? बोल दो भाई त्वरगा. So whenever you have vector ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, its magnitude will come under root of x square plus ay square plus az square. Vector divided by magnitude will give its unit vector a cap. Done. So you tell me one more point. Then I will give you one last question also. 1-2 more question I will do. So here if in place of right now, ध्यान दो यहाँ पे. Right now I have 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. If I give you 2i cap minus 3j cap, then 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 4k cap, does magnitude will change? Vector change, but does magnitude will change? Don't think akada minus undi sir. So akada also is a very common mistake. I've seen so many students doing this mistake. They think sir here plus, so sir was sir in the formula plus was there, that's why you have written plus. Now here minus is there sir, so this will become minus. Wrong. If it is minus 3, it will become minus 3 square, and minus 3 square will also give you same value. Minus 3 square is also minus 3 into minus 3. It will also give you, no change will happen. Are you getting idea what I am trying to tell? Are vector change, direction change, but magnitude will remain same. Don't think sir here minus is there, so yahan minus likh dunga, yahan minus is the wrong. If minus 3 is there, it will become minus 3 square. If minus 4 is there, it will become minus 4 square. But square of minus will also give you. Yeah. So I think everyone has got. Let's see one more question. Come on. I'm giving you B vector. B vector is given as 3j cap minus 4k cap. You tell me what is B magnitude and what is direction of B. If I is not there, that means it is 0 I. Magnitude will come 5. Yeah, correct. Some people think, sir, in the formula you told I cap, J cap, K cap. Here I is not there. That means if you want, you can write this as if you wish, you can write this as 0 I cap plus I is not there means I is 0. I is 0. 0 I cap plus 3 J cap plus minus 4 K cap. This is the actual way to write. This is the actual. Now you can do from here. This will become under root of. No need to write 0. Directly you can do, but okay. Just starting, so that's why I'm giving. Okay, no problem. This will become under root of 0 square plus 3 square plus minus 4 square. So this will give you again root 25. Magnitude will come 5. If anyone asks you direction B cap, you know B cap will come, sir, B vector divided by its magnitude. So B vector is how much, sir? 3J cap. So this will become 3J cap minus 4K cap by 5. If you wish, you can separate 3 by 5 J cap minus 4 by 5 K cap. Is it okay? Is it okay? Bol do bhai. Done, 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 done. For everyone done. Everyone will be able to find magnitude of vector and its direction. Achha, can you tell me, if I calculate magnitude of this, how much answer will come? If I calculate magnitude of B cap, how much answer will come? If I calculate magnitude of B cap, how much answer will come? Without calculating also you can find. How much answer will come for B cap? Jaldi bhai, 1. Why? It's a unit vector. It's a unit vector. Alright, it will come 1 bhai. Pagal ho gaye, okay? It will come 1. B cap unit vector, its magnitude will. I will give you one question, which is previous year NEET question. One question came from unit vector. So I'll give you that question. You try to find out. Come on, you write. You write. Do one question, one last question from here. Then we'll move further. You can do one question. You write. If the given vector alpha I cap plus 0.2 J cap plus 0.4 K cap is a unit vector. If the given vector alpha I cap plus 0.2 J cap plus 0.4 cap, previous year NEET question, only data change. If the given vector alpha I cap plus 0.2 J cap plus 0.4 K cap is a unit vector, find alpha. Find alpha. Find alpha. Find alpha. Find alpha. Unit vector means magnitude will be 1. अरे डायरेक्ट मत ऐड करो, कैरी पागल हो गई है क्या? शी इज डायरेक्टली एडिंग अल्फा प्लस 0.2 प्लस 0.4 इक्वल टू 1. पागल मत बनो, मैग्नीट्यूड निकालो पहले, देन इक्वेट दैट मैग्नीट्यूड टू 1. हे भगवान, कैसे बच्चे हैं? दिस इज व्हाट यू स्टडीड अबाउट यूनिट वेक्टर. यही तो पढ़ा था. क्या पढ़ा? यूनिट वेक्टर. यूनिट वेक्टर मींस मैग्नीट्यूड 1. तो मैग्नीट्यूड निकालो, इक्वेट इट टू 1, यू विल गेट द आंसर. हाँ, वेरी गुड. शशि राम इज सेइंग करेक्ट. Chaudhary is saying correct. Very good. Chaitanya is also saying correct. Garvani is also saying correct. And both plus and minus will come. Actually, it will come plus minus under root of 0.8. Because alpha square will come 0.8. Yeah. Shrita, very good. Sri Teja, very good. Sheikh, very good. Janardhan Reddy. Arey kya tha bhai? This is given. This vector is a unit vector. What you know about unit vector? Sir, I know. If this is a unit vector, its magnitude. This is what we are studying now. Unit vector kya pad? Unit vector means what? It will give direction. And what it will have? Its magnitude will be 1. तो magnitude निकाल ना. अभी तो बताया था कैसे magnitude निकालते हैं. When vector is given in the form of I cap, J cap, K cap. So what is its magnitude? Under root of alpha square plus 0.2 square plus 0.4 square. This is the magnitude, sir. And since you are saying this is a unit vector, so this magnitude must be equal to 1. This is what you are saying, sir. This is a unit vector, so its magnitude must be equal to 1. Now you can find. From here you can send that under root that side. It will become a square. So it will become alpha square plus This will give you 0.04. This will give you 0.16 equal to 1. Now you can add this. This will give you alpha square plus 0.2 equal to 1. Means alpha square will become 0.8. So alpha will become plus minus under root of 0.8. Means both possible answers are there. If both are in option, both will come. Alpha can come under root of 0.8 also. Alpha can come minus under root of 0.8 also. No problem. So both are correct answer. Is it okay? बोल दो भाई, बोल दो. Is it okay for everyone? आगे बढ़ जाएं. Is it okay? And one more thing. एक बार ध्यान दो. No problem. Yeah. Okay. Simple situation. Nothing to worry. Once you can sit and you can see all this situation, all are easy. Nothing to worry. Yeah. Okay. Achha, one more question. One last question I will give you. One more question. Okay. No problem. Achha, for example, if I give you A vector, I am giving you as 2i cap plus 3j cap. B vector, I am giving you as 3j cap plus 4k cap. Can you tell me what will be 2a vector plus 3b vector? What is the value of this vector? 2a vector plus 3b vector. Always remember, I will be only added with I, j will be only added with j, k will be only added with k. X-axis will be always added with x-axis, y with y, j with j, z with z. So always remember, you cannot add I and j. I with I, j with j, k with k. Whenever such question comes, you can do very easily. I think everyone will get. So 2a vector. What is a vector? 2i cap plus 3j cap. You can always do like this. Plus 3b. 3b. What is b vector, sir? 3j cap plus 4k cap. Just these are the basic things which will require tomorrow. That's why I'm saying. Otherwise, I think everyone can guess. But okay, it's my duty to tell. 2 into 2, 4. 4i cap. Plus 2 into 3, 6. So 6j cap. Plus 3 into 3, 9j cap. Plus 3 into 4, 12k cap. Now always remember, when you add I, yeah, correct. Saeed, correct, yeah. Lalita, correct, yeah. I will be only added with I, j only with j, k with only k. So this will become 4i cap. Now nowhere I cap is there, so 4i cap. 9j, 6j and 9j. This will be added. This will become 15j cap. And this is your 12k cap. Is it okay? Samjhe kya? Means I will be added only with I, j will be only added with j, k will be only added with k. This is what I wanted to tell. Is it okay? बोल दो भाई, त्वरगा समय हम ले दूं. We'll move further. आगे बढ़ेंगे. Chalo, I'm giving you time of 5 seconds. Revise all these things. Now we'll move towards our next part. One more part we are going to start slowly. I'm giving you time of 5 seconds. Revise all these things. We'll move towards our next part. Revise. Once completed, you can say done, sir. Okay, Janardhan. Once completed, you can say done, sir. And once I will say done, sir, you'll start saying done, sir. OPK ledu. Sir, why to have OPK? Till NEET 2025, no OPK required. Only hard work, hunger is there, sir, to become doctor. Okay, no problem. Now we'll move further. One of the most important part we are going to start here. That is, you can write triangle law of vector addition. Very, very important. One formula will come which will be used everywhere in every chapter. Triangle law of vector addition. 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 And I am not going to derive that result. because time is also not there, and you have seen that result so many places. You have to remember that in the NEET also, if question will come, you have to use that result directly. No need to derive there also, but I will tell you what is the meaning of that result. No problem, no problem. Be focused, thoda dhyan do. Be focused for coming 10 minutes. Dhyan do, just here. No problem. Yeah. Triangle law of vector addition means we are going to add two vector. When you add two vector, quantity obtained will be also a vector. The quantity which is obtained after addition of two vector na, or the quantity which is obtained after subtraction of two vector na, that is known as resultant. Result of addition. Tomorrow we will study result of subtraction. So always remember, resultant means if you add two vectors, the quantity which will be obtained will be also a vector. That vector is known as resultant of A vector and V vector. And here we will do with the help of graph. Triangle law means triangle we have to make. You can write this law. Come on, you write. You can write the law, then I will draw the diagram, you will get more clarity. Then I will write the result that we will get here. You write. If two vectors A and B, if two vectors A vector and B vector, I am saying, if two vectors A vector and B vector are given in such a manner, if two vectors A vector and B vector are given in such a manner, that head of A vector is located at tail of B vector. If two vectors A vector and B vector are given in such a manner that head of A vector is located at tail of B vector, then resultant of their addition will be a vector. Of course, you are adding a vector, so vector will come. Then resultant of their addition will be a vector. From tail of first vector, then resultant of their addition will be a vector from tail of A vector to head of B vector. Then resultant of their addition will be a vector from tail of A vector to head of B vector. Once you can read this statement, then I will draw a diagram, you will get exact idea. Right now you may be thinking head of one vector, tail of wherever, everything will come. Don't worry, once you can read it. And see what this language is, what this statement is trying to tell. Is it okay? Everyone understood the statement? Statement समझ में आया? If two vectors are given, A vector and B vector, such that head of A vector is present at the tail of B vector, then resultant will be a vector from tail of first vector to head of second vector, from tail of A vector to head of B vector. This is what this is. That language is not important. That language, this diagram is important. एक बार देख लो. No problem. Easy situation. Everyone has seen also. एक बार देख लो. No problem. Yeah. What this statement is saying, they are saying, if two vectors A vector and B vector are given such that head of A vector. So for example, let's assume this is your A vector. No problem. A vector. This is what they are saying. Two vectors are given such that head of A vector is located at tail of B vector. You can see the head of A vector. And where is the head of A vector? At the tail of B vector. So triangle law of vector addition says if two vectors are given such that head of A vector is located at tail of B vector, and you are going to add them. I am going to add A vector and B vector. I want to find A vector plus B vector. I want to find addition of A vector and B vector. I want to find resultant of A vector and B vector. So this rule says if two vectors are given, A vector and B vector, such that head of A vector is located at tail of B vector, then resultant will be from tail of A vector to head of B vector. This is our triangle law. This is your resultant vector, means A vector plus B vector. Is it okay? समझे क्या? समझे क्या? The resultant will be from tail of A vector to the head of B vector. समझे क्या? This A vector plus B vector is your R vector. No problem, no problem. Now ध्यान दो. Okay. This is starting. Main point will start after this. Formula will come after this. Okay, no problem. So resultant will be from tail of first vector to head of second vector. No problem. Yeah, okay. Now, okay. Now ध्यान दो. Your R vector will have some magnitude na, ध्यान दो. Every vector, this A vector will have some magnitude. Let's represent that magnitude as A. B vector will also have some magnitude na. Let's assume that magnitude to be B. Your R vector will also have some magnitude na. Let's assume that magnitude to be R. Means let's assume length of A vector to be A, length of B vector to be B, length of resultant. Magnitude means what? Length of the arrow. No problem. Yeah. So R vector, let's assume magnitude of R vector to be R, length of R vector to be R. So you must know now, if A vector magnitude given, B vector magnitude given, you must know now how to find value of resultant. What will be magnitude of your R vector? So I think everyone remembered one formula for magnitude of resultant. Can you tell me what will be the magnitude of resultant? This R will be coming as under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is the magnitude of resultant of A vector and B vector. Someone says, sir, what is theta here? Theta here is the angle between two vectors. This is your A vector, this is your B vector. This theta is your angle. This is your angle theta. This angle is your angle between A vector and B vector. Arey bol do bhai, arey bol do. Again, I will talk about this formula in the next class also. Today I am just writing the value. Resultant will be equal to under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Is it okay? And sometimes, rarely, not always, sometimes they may ask you how much angle resultant is making with vector A. With vector, I am taking A vector as my base vector. How much angle resultant is making with vector A? Let's assume this angle to be alpha. So there is one formula for this tan alpha also. Tan alpha will come B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. This alpha is the angle of resultant, angle of R with base vector. Base vector here means A vector. एक बार लिख लो. Next class when I will come, again I will tell you this formula, again I will explain, then we will do some question. For solving we use Pythagoras theorem. You can break this B, someone say how this formula is coming. You can break this B vector into two parts. B cos theta, B sin theta, then you can use Pythagoras theorem, answer will come. This value will come. But no need to do that much. You are long-term people, you must remember this result. R vector will come. Go on, tell me what is the value of resultant of addition of A vector and B vector. Sir, R will be equal to, resultant will be equal to under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. याद रखोगे. A plus B whole square, same as that, but here angle is there now. That's why cos theta will come. under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Is it okay? Angle anyone ask you tan alpha will be equal to b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. Done, 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 done. अरे जल्दी बोल दो डन 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 समय हम ले दूं. Is it okay? We'll start with numerical in the next class, then you'll get exact idea. Is it okay? Let's see tomorrow, but very soon we will switch to app. Very soon, maybe today, tomorrow, or after a few days. So that's why those who have not registered, everyday study is important. Dhyan rakhna. One day if you miss, that missing will haunt you entire year. So don't miss the class. Yeah. So maybe they will tell you. So if you have not registered in the app, ask Prasad ji to register. So this is how we have talked about board situation. We'll be talking in the next class. Tata, bye bye. Start studying. Bye bye bye. Take care. Bye.